also do like smack, because I think it's kind of cool to say a smack of jellyfish. I actually feel like bloom is my favourite because little groups of jellyfish are so beautiful, and I feel like bloom kind of encapsulates that well. So, fact, jellyfish. Fact number 4 is that jellyfish are 95% water. So that is why when jellyfish wash up on shores and water starts to evaporate around from them, they kind of disintegrate and go all like floppy like they do if you've ever seen a sadly washed up jellyfish. It's because unfortunately they kind of collapse because water is their main I don't know, like not much of their body is not water, and the 5% that's not water is like gelatin, I think. So they're really not made of much. It's kind of crazy. Also, I'm very sorry I keep saying the word crazy because I don't know, it's kind of difficult to describe the fact in any other way. I guess fascinating. So, jellyfish fact number 5 is that the smallest jellyfish in the world is called the creeping jellyfish, and these jellyfish can be 0.5 millimeters long in like umbrella. So if you know, jellyfish have like the umbrella part and the tentacles. So their umbrella part is about 0.5 millimeters, and then they have like tiny tentacles. I would highly recommend looking up this kind of jellyfish because they're super cute. They're super cute. So there's pictures of them in like a tiny test tube type of thing because they're like that small. It's adorable. Okay. And fact number 6, kind of a gross one, but if you guys have heard that peeing or urinating, which is weirdly a good trigger word, am I right? But yeah, urinating on a jellyfish sting will not actually take away the pain or help to like kill the jellyfish sting. So it's actually not a good idea to do that. I don't know how that began, like who found out to do that or why people think that you should do that, but apparently it is not the best way to deal with a jellyfish sting. I think the best way is just to like rinse it off with water and drink not salt water but like fresh water and try and I don't know, get the venom away. But yeah, not to pee on it, which is crazy because that's what I always thought was the best thing to do. I don't know what room I got so far. Okay, I like this one because I didn't know that this was a thing, and I honestly don't know why they would need to know this, but in 1991, I think it was something like 2,000 jellyfish, which is such a huge amount of